So welcome everybody to Market Insights. This is our monthly market stats update brought to you by Landmark Title. This is not just market stats though, because it is the insight. So we're going to dive into some of the things that have been going on in our Phoenix real estate market, as well as our market stats. We're really excited today because this is our first edition of guest speaker time. So I'm going to jump right into announcing and bringing in our guest speaker, who I am actually joined with in person today, joined with Oleg Bortman of the Brokery. And we are coming to you live from the Brokery today. So Oleg, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
So we'll dive right into it. Oleg, can you please tell me a little bit about yourself and the Brokery and where you all operate in the Valley?
Yeah, so we're based kind of out of the central Biltmore, Arcadia markets. Live in the Biltmore area myself. Been in real estate here in Arizona for about 12 years. I started off as an investor in the late 90s, kept investing in early 2000s, and then got licensed in 2009 here in Arizona. Did a cross sale early in my career around 2010 or 11 with my business partner Tucker, and literally within 3 or 4 weeks after the cross sale closed, we ended up partnering up, creating a small little team, and now we have a brokerage. We have 2 offices, in the process of building a third, about 30 agents, and we're a boutique firm just focused on niche markets.
Nice. And you guys, you operate mainly in the Arcadia Biltmore area. Can you tell me a little bit more about the impact of the growth in this area? For example, the $70 million renovations at the Arizona Biltmore. How is this going to impact our real estate market?
Yeah, so Blackstone bought out the hotel in 2019, kind of a year before the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, they were starting their renovation, so they ended up shutting down the whole hotel for a whole year, spending at least $70 million. I think it's upwards closer to $100 million. It's been amazing, and it's interesting. There's villas on the Biltmore Hotel property itself, those condos. And as everybody knows, since the pandemic, our real estate market has actually skyrocketed. Simple economic supply and demand. But the renovations and all the money that the hotel has upgraded has increased significantly all the values around the hotel. And we know more and more companies are spending more and more money relocating their businesses out here. So Arcadia, the Biltmore, is kind of a central hub, about 10 or 15 minutes from the airport, 10 or 15 minutes from downtown. So all the money that the hotel has put in, plus other businesses, has really impacted our real estate market, especially in the luxury home market, 500 to $1.5 million, or even 2.5 plus range, as everyone has challenges trying to get buyers into houses right now.
Yeah, and I stopped by the Arizona Biltmore this week, and it is absolutely stunning. So if you'd like to see some of that footage, Landmark Title did a little promo video. So reach out to your business development managers for that sneak peek of the inside look of the Arizona Biltmore renovations. Next question. This is a big one for everybody. How are y'all winning contracts?
That's a great question. So obviously winning contracts on 2 fronts. You have the listing side, where there's over 70,000 realtors right now, all vying for 4,200 active listings. So it's on that side, it's very competitive, but even more competitive is on the buyer side. As we know, more and more people are moving to Arizona. We have roughly 4,200 to 4,500 active listings at any given minute. Just another one, probably one of the contracts, we have a little bit less as we speak. That's how crazy the market is. But you're seeing bidding wars on every front. You have bidding wars in the 300, 600, $1.5 million, 2.5, 3.5 range. What we're seeing, you have to be very creative. You absolutely need to have an experienced realtor helping you. You want to have an experienced team representing you, those that are doing 30, 40 transactions a month. You want to have experienced mentors helping you in these negotiating times. What sellers are looking for are leasebacks, post-possessions, however you want to call them. 30, 60, 90-day leasebacks for free is going to help in this environment. because once they sell a house, they know it's as difficult or more difficult to buy a house than it is to sell a house. So having an experienced person like Scott, who's been doing this for a long time, other great mentors and experienced people in this market, talk to your mentors. They will help you navigate this time. But leasebacks are absolutely crucial to the seller in this market. As a buyer, you will have to give up some of your contingency that we're used to. Still be very cognizant of, be very protective. You still want to protect your client on an inspection, but on the appraisal front, some of the appraisers are behind the 8 ball on this play. So you will have to give up some cushion on what you're willing to pay over asking price as a contingency waiver on your appraisal front.
Nice. So we talk about the trending markets on Market Insights. In the last 6 months, prices have been trending over asking. We all know this, but has our local market caught up with the over ask? Have we peaked, or can we just expect higher prices from here on out?
Yeah, so people that look at always ask me, I'm always the cup is full or half full. I see actually a continuation growth in our market for another 3 to 4 years. People keep talking about a bubble. The bubble is actually going to go up on prices. Why? Simple supply and demand. So we have, as I was mentioning, 42 to 4,500 homes currently active on the system. We have over 4.5 million people living in Arizona. Actually, in Phoenix alone, Maricopa County, we are the #1 inbound state still. We've been there for 3+ years. Couple of businesses that are going to impact us tremendously. So Intel just announced a 20 billion, that's with the B, expansion. So you can imagine how many jobs are going to come in. The semiconductor from Taiwan just bought a $12 billion infrastructure plant that they're going to start building up near Anthem or in Northwest Valley. So you got 12 billion there, 20 billion in the East Valley. You have so much job demand out here, lifestyle changes. So I see no relief in sight in prices. I only see a continuation of increase in prices in both the sale and purchase market. On top of it, short supply in the rental market is going to push our rental prices through the roof as well. So we're in a perfect storm that's going to last a minimum, in my opinion, 3 to 4 years of increased growth in prices. Onward and upward, right? Absolutely, for sure.
And then last question, and of course, it's my personal favorite. How has partnering with Landmark Title impacted your business?
It's been fabulous. We actually had Joni at our team meeting 2 days ago. For those that know me, I'm always strong on numbers, and I was called out. I was wrong. I thought our relationship was only 7 years young, but it's actually been 9 years. So we've been with Landmark Title for a very, very long time. We're old school, we're loyal. What I love about Landmark is they are in our backyard. They have multiple locations now across the valley, but the one that we use all the time is actually right across from Scott Kiburz. So next time I'm there, if I'm dropping off a check, I'll stop in and say hello. They're located 29th Street in Camelback. But what I love the best about Landmark Title is I have a direct phone number, cell phone to Joni. So I can call her at Saturday at 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and she will always answer her phone. She's not like the big banks that work 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. She's on call like we are realtors 7 days a week for us. So the partnership has been amazing. Our clients' experiences have been incredible, and that's why we've been so loyal.
Well, thanks, Oleg, for being on today. And I guess, Scott, let's go ahead and kick off Marketing Matters, unless you have some questions or commentary. I can see it on your face.
Yeah. So I'm going to have you pull up the first slide for me, but before we transition into stats, Oleg, being a numbers guy, I didn't realize that we were kindred spirits like that. So I too am a numbers guy. So looking back, your career, just 12, 15 years in real estate, do you have a proudest moment or a proudest legacy that's been created thus far in your career?
Yeah, I would say when when we started expanding our team was the proudest moment. Originally, it was just Tucker and I running around selling houses, hustling. Still, we do grind it out 10 years later. But when we started seeing agents join us, and the first agent to sell 10 million bucks was one of my proudest moments. We do a lot of coaching and mentoring like you do. But to see other people go from 3 to 4 million bucks and successfully start selling 10, 12, 15 million dollars consistently, making a lot of money, those are the days that make me the most proud. Seeing other people be successful and making money, providing for their family.
Bravo, bravo. Ladies and gentlemen out there in Zoom land, please know there are about 35 slides total, give or take. The back half of the slide deck today is, again, the individual cities from going out to like Queen Creek and Tempe and Avondale and Goodyear. It's alphabetized once we get through the Maricopa County as a whole. Just a quick fast fact point out there. This snapshot was taken on the 1st of the month in Maricopa County. And I always like to put that in a qualifier. So on the 1st, we had 4,021 active listings. We had 8,632 closed, and the absorption rate on the 1st, 187%. Coming soon, 650. So when you look at coming soon at 650 and know that there's only 4,000 actives, that becomes a high percent of our market that is out there. And so everybody in Zoom land, please check that. Just what's coming in your local market. When you take 153 zip codes in Maricopa County for just under 5 million people and put 4,000 active listings, you're looking at 23, 25 doors per zip code on average. So we're selling a lot of houses hard. How we're selling is different. And so Oleg, I think, was spot on talking about mentor, working with people that have experience and that are creative. The strategy to sell a house 6 months ago was completely different than 4 months ago, and still could have changed from that point to this point last week. Sarah, if you would for me, let's just jump through a handful of slides today and try to be as close to on time as we can, and want to leave everybody today with some impact. Go ahead, Sarah. These first 4 slides, really quick, they're basic, they're primitive, but they're very accurate. This is the Arizona Regional MLS number of new listings by month. And so when you look at the far right of the screen at 9480, that's how many new listings hit in the month of April this year. 9,480. So business is coming. We're just selling it so fast. Sarah? What you see here is the number of active listings. We're at 3,995 as of the end or the beginning of May, just under 4,000. And it's up ever so slightly from the bottom of the trough in March and a fraction above what we had in April. But at the strike point on the 1st, this is what we had active residential in Maricopa County. Sarah? Then from here, this is what we had under contract, 11,930. So just looking at the trend of the last 4 months, that's what's under contract. And that's what's causing our absorption rate to be so high. Next. And then this is what we actually closed, 9189 in the month of April, off just barely by about 400 from 9517. March traditionally is a very, very busy month for us overall. And, we're getting a lot of business sold, a lot of business is happening out there. So thank you for the title companies, lenders, and all those people out there that we're working very hard to get business closed. Sarah? We're going to transition for just a handful of slides and we'll come back to Oleg and Sarah and wind this up. But just wanted everybody to know on the 1st, we had 3,929 active listings on the 1st. And I was doing the yippee yippee dance because we hit over 4,000 on May 2nd. Again, this is all of Maricopa County only, not Pinell County, not Show Low or Prescott. But we did grow. Now, since then, Sarah, and here's something I want to point out. And Oleg, this is something we should trend in the next 6 months. So when you look at on your left-hand side in the blue and the red, the median and average sale price, going all the way back to March a year ago, we were at 100% median. We dipped just in May a year ago, but then when we got to February, we started even going, our median price was over 100%. Then in red, again, the left-hand graph, we pierced the average north of 100% in January, February, and we were only tracking upward and pretty aggressively. Next slide, Sarah. I'm going to hold, I want everybody to hold that thought in their mind. This on the first, we had 187% absorption rate, just awfully incredible. The amount of consumption and the speed at which we're putting things under contract is just amazing. Sarah, I'm going to wind down here in just a second. So this was as of yesterday morning. We had 3313. We burned off another 700 doors, which is equivalent to all the coming soon that were out there from the active standpoint. But the sold to list price of all things I would want the group on board to understand today is looking at the blue and the red lines, median and average. We came off peak as of the 5th of May. Now, there's two reasons for that. One, has everybody ascended their base price up so high that they're not having to bid 20, 50, 100,000 over to get a property? Is everybody just moved the baseline property price up? Or is this just symptomatic of what's happened since May 1st? And so we'll watch that trend. Again, nobody wants to ever catch falling glass. If I had just a couple more slides to share, Sarah, I'm trying to answer that question. Please, if you would, go next. As of the 5th, the absorption rate had gone from 187 to north of 200% again, with March being the biggest month. But we're at 204 currently. Next. Quick kick out side note. There's a gentleman named Stefan Swanepoel who, kind of like Switzerland to the real estate market, knows all the major players, all the major companies, writes a lot of books. And he held a summit this week called the T360. And of the 8 CEOs that he interviewed this week, this is their quote that they wanted out for the world to see during their interview. So for instance, on the top left is Richard Barton of Zillow saying, progress is scary, the future is scary, technology is scary. He wanted to be quoted for that. The CEO of EXP said, hey, we launched EXP board offices. It's a differential strategy and it's so here's just some quotes from all those people. We'll move on from here, Sarah. I'll get back to the numbers. This is the press release from Jackson joining the Arizona and the Milwaukee MLS market partnership. Jacksonville has 10,000 realtors in their MLS, and that's a significant piece. There'll be more of those coming throughout the year. I think I have one or two more slides, Sarah. Metro Phoenix, this is from the Greater Phoenix Economic Council, and this is their equivalent of an elevator speech. Why would people want to come to Arizona? Why would they want to come to Metro Phoenix? And we still have a culture that's affordable. We've got quality of life, cost of living, things to do. Education. Education is not just for our children, but education of the workforce. Oleg was spot on talking about the billions being spent by Intel and the Taiwan plant up north and Luke Air Force Base and Amazon. A lot of adult learning, a lot of technology learning being provided here in Metro Phoenix. So that is the elevator speech from the Greater Economic Council of Phoenix talking about Arizona, Metro Phoenix. I think I have one more slide. This is it. I'm going to end here today. I'm going to give the floor back to you. This is a ARMLS rapid stat slide. And what I wanted to illustrate for everybody watching today is simply this. New list price, $507. That would be the active price. $507,000 is the new active listing. And sale prices getting under contract at $470. I'm going to end there and give the floor back to you. That's the market insights for today.
Nice. And then I'll go ahead and I'll go through all of these basic market stats. We've got Maricopa County. Scott, did you want to talk any more about the breakdown of these?
You know, I really don't. Not today. It was really great having Oleg on. It was really great seeing different perspectives out there. What's trailing for the next 10 or 15 slides is individual cities. And so the people out there, they can look at days on market, median sale price, etc. I'm going to pause there for today.
Awesome. So if you would like a copy of any of these slides, or you would like a market snapshot of any of the regions within Phoenix or the metro to put on your social media, to share with your clients, we turn all of these into snapshots that are absolutely beautiful for you to use for content. So please reach out to your business development managers, and we will be happy to supply these for you, as well as a copy of today's recording and a copy of all of our slides. The reason we do market insights is so that you are the agent in the know. The more you know about our market, the better you are going to be prepared, and the better your clients are going to be prepared when you go out into this hot market.
Scott, thank you so much for having me. Sarah as well. This was fabulous.
Absolutely.
Great information, Scott.
Well,
Does anybody have any questions for Scott or Oleg today? If you have any questions, you can put them up in the chat window or the question and answer window. We can always be reached as well. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to your business development managers. Scott, that actually was a very insightful and quick presentation today.
There's a lot of moving parts. Absolutely.
It is a lot of moving parts. So I guess if there are no other questions today, we will go ahead and wrap it up with a big thank you to our business development management team here at Landmark Title. They are the ones that make this happen. Like I said, any content that you need, that you want to share about our market so that you are the agent in the know, please reach out to our business development management team. Thank you to Beth, Becky, Melinda, Mary, Zach, Patty, Michael, and we actually have Jessica. We just added her onto our amazing team. She works out of the Scottsdale area. So anything that you need for your business, please reach out to us, not only on the marketing side, but also on the title and escrow side. We have 6 offices across the valley to service all of your title, escrow, and real estate marketing needs. So please, please, on that next contract, whether it's your listing or you're working with a buyer, please fight to use Landmark Title, because we will get it done and we will make sure that your clients are beyond thrilled with your service.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Thank you,
Cheers.
Oleg. This was absolutely wonderful. We will see you all next month.
Bye now.